going on, guys? MK here. Now, it has been over a year since I've done one of these motherfuckers. Actually, yeah, it's been almost. It's not gonna be 2 years, but I'm gonna start this shit back up. Just considering a couple things. One, unfortunately, MK has lost his job, so I have a lot of fucking free time on my hands. Um, so I have more time to be giving you guys some videos, new shit, um, just to let you guys know what's going on in my life. I am currently back into training. Um, as far as fitness, I am up to 240 pounds, 10% body fat. So I'm looking pretty good right now. I'm getting ready to continue my professional wrestling career. I am right now training in an undisclosed location because motherfuckers don't need to know where the fuck I'm training. But just know I'm been working my ass off, busting my ass in the gym, busting my ass in the ring, and hopefully uh, as soon as I start working in the ring again, I actually get booked for a show. Don't be surprised to see some of my matches up on my channel, because that'll be pretty interesting. Just to let you guys know what's going on as far as FAM and all that. Stay tuned. FAM Royal Rumble is coming. Uh, you know, excuse me where I spit. You guys been watching my videos long enough. You should know I'm pretty much dipping in almost every single video I'm in. So, um, FM Rumble is coming. I forgot where I was there for a second. Guys, stay tuned for that. People are, probably getting a little bit impatient, but trust me, it's well worth the wait. Everybody's been working their ass off on the show, and just trust me. Once this shit comes out, you guys are gonna be fucking blown away. Because it's this show is gonna be fucking unreal. To be quite frank with you, it's gonna be, I think, the best FAM pay-per-view we've had till this day. So, anyways, to continue on with my ramblings, this is MK's Asylum podcast number 2, and nobody on this podcast. Just because I'm trying to get reintroducing myself into it. I'm gonna shoot the shit. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. Uh, I'm just gonna brush upon a couple of topics. Um, First thing I'm gonna bring up. Excuse me while I spit this lip out. I was getting a little bit dry. First thing I'm gonna bring up is a issue. If any of you guys follow me on Twitter, uh, you guys might have noticed I had a little, you could say a little argument with a certain individual named the Mask Maniac. Now, the Mask Maniac, aka Jonathan Good. Some of you guys may know who he is. I know he runs a promotion down there in Florida. Um, you know, Personally, first thing I noticed about the guy is when I was doing regular matches and being booked for shows as far as professional wrestling, um, I saw this guy because he kind of had a similar gimmick to me as far as his face paint and his appearance. And you guys know uh, what he looks like. He wears a skull face paint, very similar to what I wore when I was wrestling. And I never really knew of this guy. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm the only person out there that does a skull face paint because I mean it's a very common thing. But that's the first thing I noticed about this guy. So I started following him on Twitter, and I started kind of looking into things because I saw a comment that X-Pac, aka Sean Waltman, posted on his Twitter, and I may actually let me pull it up for you guys so I actually know specifically what the fuck I'm talking about. Um, but he posted something on Twitter that I thought was pretty ignorant, and it pissed me off. Let me see what he said here. I know it was I think it was a homosexual comment towards somebody, and Um, X-Pac was trying to defend whoever he was talking about, and kind of saying he was ignorant. And Mass Maniac proceeded to start on this rant on X-Pac, that he was in the business for 35 years, respect your elders, some bullshit like that. And then, I was just browsing over this, so I clicked on the Mass Maniac's fucking little Twitter there, and he said the worst part about being in the wrestling business for 30 years is dealing with delusional, depressed, suicidal drug addicts. Now that really pissed me the fuck off, because, and, excuse me if I get a little bit emotional, but when you're gonna be a motherfucker that's been supposedly in the wrestling business for 30 years, and you're gonna disrespect somebody that's A, made it bigger than you, B, has gone through a shit ton of bullshit in his life, but has still overcame that. Similar to the whole Scott Hall situation. That guy was fucking, fucked his whole life up, but at least he pulled himself out of that hole, and he's doing better now. And the same thing that was going on with X-Pac. So, you know, this fucking fat asshole, Frank Goodman, decides to go out of his way to fucking insult X-Pac, like, and getting onto a personal level. So personally, I came in there, I was like, how about you show some respect for the people who actually made it bigger than you, and not be an ignorant piece of shit. And, X-Pac actually replied to my tweet, and he's like, I appreciate the support and kind words. People like that live in their own fantasy world. Unfortunately, wrestling attracts these types. And I said, I couldn't agree more with you. It's unfortunate that people can't appreciate the good. Have a great night, Pac. Hope the future does wonders. And he said, I'm not too good to reply to people. I wouldn't have this amazing life if it wasn't for you all. Bad times help us appreciate the good. And, I really fucking connect with X-Pac on a certain level to, because, I mean, it's no bullshit. I've gone through similar things that he has in his life. Maybe not as to extreme, but I've gone through similar things from what I've heard. And, I guess for people that have been through a lot, we kind of connect on a certain level, in that way. So, that really pissed me the fuck off. I can't believe. So I started looking back into Mass Maniac, and I start looking at videos of him and reading things about him. This motherfucker gets his heat for being a heel, as being a heel. He gets his heat for making ignorant comments towards the crowd, and being a really racist asshole and this, that, and the other fucking thing. I'm not gonna stay on this topic for too long, but so I just look at that, and cheap heat, like, really, it's fucking cheap heat that you have to insult the crowd to get heat behind you as a heel. I mean, I think that's just fucking stupid. Plus, the guy admits his ring work sucks dick. So, you see this when you're a professional wrestler. Don't you want to be the best at what you do and not fucking be okay with mediocrity? No, this motherfucker is okay with being shit in the ring. I'm just like, really, dude? Like, you fucking really must fucking just be a piece of motherfucking work. If you even say yourself you suck in the ring, to admit something like that, I mean, hell, it's got balls, but hell, it's fucking pretty retarded if you're gonna admit that you suck in the ring and your gimmick pretty much is all cheap heat to, be a heel. So that's all I really gotta say about our fat ass friend Frank Goodman. Uh, Real piece of shit. But anyways, just to let you guys know on some other stuff that's going on with me, I've been kind of really into the WWE Network. I got it on the release, and I am more than impressed with how they're presenting the product. I think it's great that they have this pretty much unlimited library of wrestling, and the fact that they have a 24-hour channel running on with various shows and different segments and stuff like that. I think that's fucking great. I love that. It actually gives me something to watch. Um, the first thing I did on the network actually was went back and I was a little disappointed, but I'm assuming they're gonna add more. Uh, the first thing I did was watch some of the old ECW on the network. It's called ECW Hardcore TV, and I watched some of the really old ECW matches when they were still part of the NWA Association. With I think the first show I watched, the headliner was Jimmy Snuka versus versus Terry Funk, and I just look back at that. I'm like, fuck, that brings back memories. I take a big drink of water right now. Gotta stay hydrated. But yeah, it really brings back fucking memories. Also on that card was Tasmaniac versus Sabu. And looking back when Sabu came out on the fucking gurney with the Hannibal Lecter mask, holy shit. Like, that really brings back some memories before ECW really was popular. And, I'm lucky to be one of the few people that actually watched that because, at the time, fuck, I was young. I was, maybe like 6 and watching that shit. And I'm a hardcore ECW fan. I've always been a huge fan of ECW. Um, and just to see some of that old stuff, that was the one thing I was most looking forward to. I did watch WCW, but I wasn't the biggest WCW fan. I was more WWF and ECW back, when they were having their runs. Just because ECW, WWF, I guess you could say, put on the better matches as far as match content, and they had really good storylines, this and that and the other fucking thing. But excuse me, why ECW kind of gave me that really edgy feel, the nitty gritty wrestling that actually made it. The fact that that company pretty much came just as a small part of the NWA association, then branched off into this, huge cult following of wrestling promotion. I always admired that, and being able to go back and take a look at history. If some of you guys are watching this video and you've never taken a real good look at ECW, first thing I recommend you doing is watching. I have it on my favorites actually. Is the ECW Hardcore Forever? I think it's called. Um, Documentary. It's a great documentary. It's about 2 hours long. And if you guys didn't watch ECW, I guarantee you guys take a look at that. You'll be really intrigued. I know I turned some of my friends onto that, and I watched it with them. I mean, that's such a great documentary. And then you go back and you actually can watch all these ECW pay-per-views. I think the only ECW pay-per-view they don't have. Oh, excuse me. The only ECW pay-per-view they don't have is Hardcore, or not Hardcore Heaven. They don't have Massacre on, I think, 34th Street, if that was it. I think that's what it was called. It's the only pay-per-view they don't have, so they pretty much got the majority of all of them. And, so far I'm only 2 pay-per-views in as far as watching those. I watched all the old school NWA ECW, though, and that that was a real good time. But hopefully, as the network is coming up, hopefully they, I don't know how the hell they could do it, but hopefully they put on some of the old put on like the whole ECW library as far as like the shows they had, the weekly shows. And I'm really hoping that they have the excuse me, I'm fucking going brain dead here. Hopefully they have some of the old Attitude Era Raws. That would be fucking great. I I, I would be more than happy to see some of that. I know they only got a couple episodes, so hopefully they put more of those. Cause oh man, that hits me right in the childhood every time I was watching that. I was watching the 24/7 stream. They put on like I think it was called like Raw Flashback, and it was the Raw when Stone Cold came out with the beer truck. I mean, that shit was funny as hell. And then they had the whole Undertaker and Kane breaking fucking Vince's leg. And that shit was awesome. Oh, I popped like a motherfucker when that happened when I was a kid. Because Kane and Undertaker were my two favorites. Still to this day, my you know, two all-time favorite wrestlers. Just them doing that to McMahon was fucking funny. Another thing I've kind of been getting into is I've been watching all the WrestleManias. Again, I haven't really got that many, and I'm up to I think the next WrestleMania I'm going to be watching is WrestleMania 22. But the last 10 years of WrestleMania, uh, not necessarily for the content. I really it started out with me and my buddy. You guys know him as T-Bone. Me and him watching WrestleMania 20 because that's one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time, and we started out with that, and then excuse me, fuck. And then we watched 21 with everybody, and I mean that was that was pretty cool. And so I think we're gonna keep doing that up until 29, and then before we know it, WrestleMania 30 will be coming. And that's gonna bring me to my next topic as far as wrestling now. Um, on the WWE aspect, I don't watch a lot of TNA. I love ROH. So mainly when it comes to wrestling, I'm watching either ROH matches or WWE. Um, but you know, going back to the main day, we'll talk about WrestleMania. Um, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, is pretty inevitable to happening. And hopefully, it'll branch Bryan off and put him back in the title shot that he rightfully deserves. Um, Maybe a Bryan versus Batista feud after what we saw on Raw. Uh, that'd be pretty smart, and hopefully Bryan will finally beat Batista and get his rightfully deserved run with the title. I'm a little skeptical on what's going on with CM Punk right now because Heyman pulled that stunt, coming out to CM Punk's music and getting the ultimate heat. Fucking Heyman's a genius, but I'm not 100% sure what they'd be doing with Punk at this point. I mean, I can't really see what would be going on as far as storylines with him, unless somehow they want to book it a triple threat with Taker. I highly doubt that'll happen with triple threat with Taker and Lesnar. Speaking of Taker, him coming out with the badass ministry beard and stabbing Lesnar in the hand and giving him a fucking awesome chokeslam through the table to accept his challenge at Mania. That's going to be a fucking... I'm looking forward to that match because, you look at it, and this is how I think Taker's, next couple years are going to be. I'm thinking Taker is going to face Lesnar, of course beat Lesnar at Mania because that was the one person in Undertaker's career that really he didn't get one up on because I know Taker got his ass handed to him. I think it was No Mercy 2003 or 2003. Taker got his ass handed. No, through 2002. Taker got his ass handed to him by Lesnar in a Hell in the Cell. Oh, wait, was that No Mercy? I don't know. I'm not about to look it up, but he got his ass handed to him by Brock in the Hell in the Cell. So that's one person that Taker really hasn't got one up on in his career. So that'll be good, closing wise for Taker as far as the Lesnar feud. So he beats Lesnar, goes 22-0. I'm not 100% sure what they're gonna do from there. Um, I'm I'm no Taker. I have a really good feeling Taker's gonna be around until he's 25-0 and then end it. Uh, but I'm not 100% sure who they could have lined up. Two of the people I got. One, well, two of the people I hope I have. One of them being John Cena, and whether that's Taker's last Mania or Taker's second to last Mania, because I know Taker has always said that he wants to have his career end with Kane. So, depending on how long Kane sticks around, if he sticks around till 25-0, I'd love, the fanboy in me would love to see that be their final match. John Cena, I think, should be right before the Kane one, and I think maybe Daniel Bryan set up for next year. That'd be pretty, pretty badass. Um, you know, I know Taker wanted to work with Bryan this year, but shit didn't end up happening. But again, Brock versus Taker is going to be huge. I'm really excited for that. Uh, you know, Brock hasn't really had a bad match yet, um, since he's returned in the past couple of years. How long has he been around now? 2 years? Yeah, 2 years on and off. Um, and his match with Cena, other than the finish, was amazing. And, his matches with Triple H were great. Uh, so, and him picking up Big Show at Rumble really made me pop pretty good. Hopefully you guys don't hear my cats screaming at each other, but him picking up Big Show's fat ass, giving him an F5, that was really cool. Him, F5ing Mark Henry, and then, this past Raw, F5ing Mark Henry through that table. I mean, Lesnar is on the fucking warpath, and I love it. You know, I'm interested to see how they're gonna build up their feud a little bit more. Him and Taker to the, WrestleMania. Um, Another thing I want to briefly touch on is the Wyatt family. Um, for those who don't really know what kind of, I'm a big fan of darker gimmicks. I really love the Wyatt family. I think Luke Harper is definitely really underrated. Some of the work that he does is amazing. His match that really stuck out to me was that gauntlet match that he had with Daniel Bryan. Holy shit, that was fucking fantastic. Yeah, he gave him a big Brody bomb off the top rope. That really made me just be like, wow. I can't believe how I looked past him, because I really didn't even know he was Brody Lee. I didn't really know 100% who Brody Lee was. I know I saw a couple of matches with him, but excuse me. I know I saw a couple of matches with him in CZW, but other than that, I really didn't pay attention to Brody Lee. But real happy that he's doing really good work. I think Bray Wyatt's got the promo skill. He's really the mouth of the group. Well, he is the mouth of the group, considering the other two barely say shit. Um, but even he put on a fantastic match with Bryan at Rumble. I think I think that was a really cool match. I'm kind of interested to see how the angle is going to be with Cena. Um, whether it be Cena, going over on them at Mania, or them actually beating Cena and maybe getting into a title picture with Bray. That would be interesting. Eric Rowan, he's pretty good. Um, I kind of want to see more to him. His offensive, um, what he does in the ring isn't really that broad, or it's not a broad spectrum of moves. I know he's got the big splash that he does. He's got that pump handle drop slam, and other than that, but good brawler. Uh, so that's just a really big addition. I think to as far as the tag team wrestling in WWE, I think is really kind of dwindling down. Don't get me wrong, I love the New Age Outlaws, but you know, you really don't have that many. Cesaro and Swagger, the real Americans. You can already tell they're gonna break up soon. So you really only got the Usos, the Brotherhood, New Age Outlaws. Those are only three big tag teams, that could be competing. So hopefully, maybe, when if Bray goes over or Bray goes over at Cena at Mania. Hopefully, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper will go and branch off into the tag division. That'd be pretty nice. And the Shield's, I'm really digging. I really dug the Shield versus Wyatt match at Elimination Chamber, and even the one that they just had last night on Raw uh, was pretty fucking good. Didn't really see Seth turning on them. That kind of put a big swerve on me because I thought it was going to be Dean. But I'm hopefully I think the Shield either I'm kind I'm hoping for a triple threat at Mania. You know, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Um, and you know they can all branch off and do whatever the hell they want. Um, even though they haven't had Dean defend his, or wait, no, never mind. Dean's not fucking United States champion. Excuse me. I thought that was Wait, who the hell is no, is Dean United States champion? I can't even fucking remember. Um, Biggie Langston, I think's Intercontinental. Regardless of the fact, hopefully Dean, goes for Dean or goes for a mid title. Maybe sets up a feud with Rollins for a while. That'd be pretty cool. And then Roman Reigns, I have a feeling WWE is going to push him in the main title shot. Even though I think he's more of the less ring talented individuals in that group. But what he does have a good spear, and he gets a reaction from the crowd. So of course WWE is going to push him for that. But out of the group, Dean's obviously my favorite. I like his methodical style of wrestling, and he cuts really great promos. And Rollins is great too. So it'll be interesting seeing what WWE does with them when the Shield is actually broken up. But hell, the Shield's had a pretty fucking good run, I gotta say. I thought they weren't gonna be around that long, and I mean they lasted a good amount of time. So I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm also pretty happy that they're breaking up, and everybody will be able to have their own time to shine individually. Um, and the fact that they were all in the developmental for a really long time. Um, you know, no, not considering like Conor O'Brien or anybody like that, but they've been, they were in developmental for a good amount of time. I watched some of the FCW matches that Ambrose had with Regal, and that was a good feud. So now speaking about developmental, NXT, in my opinion, the best WWE show out there right now. NXT, I love NXT. I love, seeing the new talent. Obvious favorite on NXT right now is Sami Zayn, just because I'm, a huge El Generico fan. And him and fucking Cesaro at NXT Arrival really tore down the fucking house. That was a fantastic match. I was kind of skeptical because I thought no, nothing was going to outdo that finish in the 2 out of 3 falls match because that was a crazy match. But that really their match, Cesaro and Zayn's match at NXT Arrival was definitely a 5-star match. Um, Maybe not necessarily as good as the 2 out of 3 falls match, but definitely really close. And the fact that Cesaro's doing a rolling European uppercut in homage to Chris Hero, I love. Um, NXT Arrival was all right. The Page match with Emma, that was a great match. Showed that those two divas can really kick ass and fucking work their asses off in the ring. Um, the Zayn match was fantastic. Ladder match with Adrian Neville and Bo Dallas. Don't even get me started on Bo Dallas. I hate the motherfucker to death. I think he sucks dick. I really wish that he was not IRS's son or Bray Wyatt's brother, whichever one you want to take, because I fucking hate the shit out of him. But Adrian Neville, Pac, I love Pac. They really watered him down in WWE, and I was kind of skeptical because Pac was fucking all over the top, crazy moves. But the watered down Pac isn't actually that bad. I really like him. He's one of my favorites in NXT, as well as the Ascension. The Ascension, I really want to see them get put with in a feud, because pretty much for the past, I don't know, 200 somewhat days that they've had the titles, it's just been primarily squash matches. Um, so Ascension, Zayn, Pac, um, were instantly my favorites on that. Some of my favorites on NXT. Uh, I actually like Big Cass and the fuck is that little fucker's name? Shit, I can't even remember his fucking name now. Oh, Enzo Amore. I love those little fucking Guido bastards. Great comedy angle. Um, I like them. Hopefully, the Ascension and Zayn will get pulled up soon. I think Pac's still got a little bit. Now that he has the NXT title, I think they're gonna have him run with that for a while. And God help us if Bo Dallas gets pulled up to the main roster. Um, what else did I want to talk about? Solomon Crow um, should be interesting whenever he does debut. I know it's coming up in, I think, either next week or the week after. So that'll be interesting. Excuse me. I'm fucking tired as shit. I haven't slept yet, and it's currently 6:13 in the fucking morning. How about that? But yeah, so that's pretty much, as far as, wrestling wise, that I wanted to, go upon. Um, as far as ROH, nothing really is going on other than the whole big, I suggest you guys look up Kevin Steen says Steen fight is no more. That's a great promo Kevin Steen cut after a fatal four-way with Tommaso Ciampa, Jay Lethal, and Michael Elgin. That was a really good match. You guys should check that out. He cut this crazy promo pretty much saying there's no more fight Steen fight. It's going to be kill Steen kill, and he's going to be after the ROH World Title. Because the past year he's kind of been dealing with little uh, bullshit here and there as far as scum, and then he had that fucking feud with the guy. I have no idea, the lucky fucker with Maria. I can't remember his fucking name. Is it Michael Bennett? I think it might be Michael Bennett. I can't remember. Um, but yeah. So, and they actually put on a crazy fucking match, crazy stretcher match. Kevin Steen gave him the beautiful package pile driver onto the folded up chairs. Fucking brutal. I love the package pile driver. Definitely one of my favorite moves. Um, so, that's really all I want to touch upon, guys. Let's see how long this fucking video is. Do 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 do. Hopefully next time I'll have a guest or two on with me. Yep, it's about running in the half-hour mark. So, leave your comments below. Tell me if you guys like, these little podcast thingies I'm doing. And until next time, welcome to the Asylum.